Hi, I'm Bruce Michalowski, a senior consultant with Strategic Enhancement Group. And we often get asked the question, how do you develop a sales rep? How do you start with them and develop them over time? And we've got a process at Strategic Enhancement Group to do that. We start with the basics, getting everybody on the same page about selling. Now that sounds maybe rudimentary, but we want to make sure we get everybody to understand there's a process to that. And we look at really answering 4 key questions that are in the customer's mind. One of them being is, how do I know I can trust you and your company to deliver results? And that's what we call the relating phase. We talk about how a sales rep can get better at forming relationships with a customer. Then the next phase is, do I have a need for anything you have to offer? And we talk about discovering skills. Those discovering skills help us to clarify the need the customer has, making sure it's clear to us and the customer what their need is. Because sometimes the customer's got an implied need. We need to make an explicit need, and they need to agree that that need is there. Then the next part is, once the need's established, how do we form the solution to that need? The question in the customer's mind, do I have a need for anything you have to offer? And we use advocating skills to do that. Now, once the sale's made, now we take care of the customer and we call the supporting phase. Because the question on the mind then is, will I be satisfied with what I've just bought? So through that process, we establish the relationship, find out needs, sell a solution, and take care of the customer after the sale. So that's the basic and the formative stage of a sales rep. Now as they deliver results, we give them some other development processes. The next one is a way to deal with different styles of people. People are more tell-assertive or ask-assertive. They're more responsive to people, or they're more focused on the task. And so you have to be able to adapt to those different social styles to be effective at communicating in sales. Now, another part of the sales process is usually around negotiations. So, part of that process is, again, giving the sales reps some tools to get a negotiating in a win-win situation. It's based on some tried and true techniques that have been developed by Harvard Business School that helps to get both parties to a negotiated agreement. And if there's not a way to do that, then you know that also. Another piece of that is not only those interpersonal skills that's part of the sales development process, but it's also the strategy of working on your territory, your accounts. And through that, there's different aspects of sales strategy that we go through. So if you look at that full process, and it takes usually a span of 2 years or so to do this, you develop individual skills and strategy skills along with negotiating skills to help that sales rep be the most productive they can be. If this process has been adapted and coached, I've seen it work throughout the world with different companies. Everybody that I've seen embrace it, and again, the coaching is key from the manager standpoint, you'll see an above average performance. This has been benchmarked in a number of different ways. Both I did this personally in companies I worked with, and also in a wider sense, we've done research to verify that performance level. So we've got a very solid process, if it's followed and coached, to develop sales reps and deliver the best results you can get.